Gotta unmute a bunch of stuff, because it's so good. Put together, clean, ready, set. And we're on! Wait, are we on? Okay, I think we're good.
We see.
Wow, not a soul of you said anything. Hi, welcome to another episode of Recap. Today
was I supposed to?
I don't know, make a few. I figured you would all make like a funny sound or a joke or something. Welcome to Recap.
I waved.
You're the host, I'm just the guest.
I'm just the guest. You're basically we're all co-stars here. This is our show. It's like communism. Our show. Welcome to Recap, where we recap wrestling shows, usually the day after they happen, sometimes 2 days after they happen. Today just happens to be the day after. This is not day after Dynamite. None of us are that William guy. We don't work for AEW. But I'll tell you who I do work for. Motherfucking Ginger Ale. Today's episode is powered by Ginger Ale. Everyone say thank you to Canada Dry. Not sponsored, but could be.
Let's go.
Thank you, Canada Dry.
Stand for the flag!
We've been hearing a lot of slander about Canada, specifically from Will Oceanspray. So here on Recap, we just want to make clear that we love our Canadian brothers and sisters.
We love our Canadians, brothers, sisters, siblings. We think they are very
Nephews,
cool, and we also
nieces.
hate Will Oceanspray.
Right.
I don't think British people are allowed to talk shit on Canada because Canada is basically just like England Part 2.
With a little bit of French sprinkled on.
Okay,
Even
a
worse.
little bit of, the French makes it worse.
Mm-hmm.
But think about all of the people from French Canada. Without French Canada, we wouldn't have 2.0. And you should be thankful.
We wouldn't have Sami Zayn.
Exactly!
Good point.
Or Mike Bailey, I believe, is also from there.
Good for Mike Bailey.
Or Evil Uno.
Okay, cool, but that will not stop my death vendetta against the French. I just hope you all know that.
This
No,
I think you should have a
agree,
cage
I
match
agree.
against a
made
French guy.
slightly more palatable.
Today's candle of the day is green mango and pomelo. There it is, right back there. And we're bringing back snack of the day with stir fry, rice with noodles, General Tso's chicken. I don't know. Found it in my fucking closet. I'm gonna eat it now. Let's talk about the more important. What's that?
Solid Sapling candle of the day is marshmallow fireside plus black cherry merlot. Little run to Bath and Body Works. Get the 4 candles for $1, whatever ridiculous bullshit deal they have.
Oh my god, that's the only time to buy candles from them, is when they go on sale. Otherwise, they're way too expensive.
Yeah.
My drink of the day is watermelon Red Bull, very Wheeler core.
I have
it's so good.
water in a Shakespeare's pizza cup.
I have
Nice.
Acquired
Sorry,
from a restaurant by my parents.
I'm lighting my candle of the day. Shit. Okay, I got
It says
2
most
things lit.
important meal of the day.
But-
Gary's way.
My meal is coffee in my Tears of the Kingdom mug, which I got instead of the controller because they sold out of it while I was waiting in line.
Ah, boo. At least you got something
R.I.P.
Legend of Zegend.
I got something and I didn't need another controller. I saved my money, I guess, but now I'm making money, so I'm gonna be.
I don't have any candles, I just like matches.
Hey, that works.
Oh hell yeah!
I have fire as well, but I'm not getting enough. Also, I do have a candle, but it's burnt out, so I can't light it.
Oh, 07.
Yeah, I have the money to buy a new candle, so.
Dude, I believe in buying candles from Dollar General.
Oh,
That's where
hell
most of my candles come from, and they're all below $5, and they all smell good. So I'm like, banger.
No, like
Can I have
the
this
candles and
still
shit at TJ Maxx.
Yes, TJ Maxx is another good place. Everyone watching right now, don't walk, run. To stay inside of your house, because don't believe in capitalism. Don't listen to us. Don't be influenced by us. We're not. God, could you imagine?
We are not sponsored by TJ Maxx
We
or
are
Dollar
not
General or
sponsored by
Bath and
Big
Body
Candle.
Works.
We are influencers now.
I am not.
Yeah.
No, I'm not an influencer. The only
I'm an
thing I'm
influencer.
influencing people to do is turn off the stream. Hey, welcome to another episode of Recap. We're recapping the episode of AEW Dynamite from June 21st. Yesterday. Such exciting things include. I don't remember. I don't take notes anymore. That's not my job.
Me neither.
Should I start notes?
Let's do it.
Oh,
Should we introduce ourselves?
Yeah,
Oh,
go
yeah.
for it. I'm going with. Oh God, you above me.
Who's above you?
Hi, I'm having to look at the stream to make sure that you're pointing at the right person. I'm August, your co-host. Hi, good morning. It's 2 p.m.
It is 2 p.m. in the afternoon. Next, up in the corner, top.
That's me. Hi, I'm Colin. I am also a co-host. It is 3 p.m. where I am.
No, it isn't.
I'm lying.
Yeah, other time zones aren't real,
I'm
don't you know?
lying. He got stuck in talk show mode. Did you see this?
He did.
Oh no.
Poor Colin.
What a shame, he died.
Anyways. Yep,
No, no.
there we go. Gone.
Oh, is he back? He's back.
Return.
Oh, look at the stream. That was weird for a second. It was just Wheeler's feed split in half between two of the boxes.
If I drop out, if difficulties, if I drop out, don't worry about it. My internet just gets shitty sometimes.
Hey,
Just don't
it
mind me,
happens.
Just talk about the wrestling. Just talk about the wrestling.
We're here
Anyways.
for wrestling, and we're also
Opening.
here for you, viewer. You're welcome. We love you so much, whoever you are, mystery name. Finally, let's go to the left
Our
of me.
opening contest.
Hi, I'm Charles. And I took notes.
Yay! Glad somebody did.
Our resident nerd.
No
Nerd.
problem. I know English and I have a phone.
I don't.
I can't
we begin with the Hardys versus the Guns.
Oh, that did open the show. You're right.
Yeah. Which I was kind of surprised about, but now it makes sense.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah. The Guns entrance is always amazing.
So good. Nothing better.
Yeah, no. The Guns really started off a little bit annoying as champions, but they have absolutely grown on me.
hmm
I think they're like the great amount of heel that's just right enough to be super fucking funny, but also like still pretty cheaty.
Oh, absolutely.
Not like the Don Callis level of heel.
Oh no,
They
very
have
much
something
the
more
cheesy.
going on. They're better than that.
Also, they have great costumes, or at least outfits.
Oh,
Very good, very good.
Always.
you know, I thought Colton's like weird little half shirt thingy was weird, but again, it's growing on me.
hmm
I am honestly blessed that they won. I didn't think that they would, and I think it's really cool that the Guns won because, contrary to popular belief, they're not bad, and they're
Yeah.
Mhm.
pretty good actually. They're very fun.
You know, they're
Also,
good, fun.
former champions can actually win sometimes, incredibly.
If you could believe it, I couldn't. When I first saw it, there was just no way.
Right. You know, I think the Hardys know what they're doing, kind of helping put the Guns over a bit. I'm sure this isn't the end of their feud, but I think, you know, I don't think a Hardy's AEW Tag Team Championship is in the works.
I hope
I do
not. I
think-
don't want to see them with the championships.
Yeah, no, I don't. I think they know where they're at in their careers, and they're doing a good job helping put younger talent over.
Yeah, because at least with the Hardys, I've really been enjoying their stuff with Ethan Page. I think it's hysterical and so fun.
Oh yeah, no, I love that so much.
It's so cheesy and just like the right amount of just like wrestling logic that I'm like, I'm here for it.
Wrestling is at its best when it's a little bit cheesy and knows what it is.
Wrestling
Mm-hmm.
can be
Yeah, what do
fun
you
and
mean
silly.
you can what do you mean you can buy somebody else's contract from the company?
I just, it
And then
makes no
pass
sense.
that contract around.
I just, and Isaiah Cassidy when he had his like diamond studded like neck brace, like
I love him.
perfect. No, no, this is
Yeah. And then he's like, "Oh no, I was lying. I'm cleared," and gets down and starts humping the mat.
He said I was lying, actually.
it's
I love
beautiful.
it.
I just, I don't know. But yeah, Juice and Jay came out. I still am lost on if this means that the guns are like fully in the Bang Bang game. But you know,
If they
Yeah,
would, that would be
and
so funny.
it's a little weird how the whole the Hardys just weirdly gave way for FTR and Ricky and Punk.
yeah, I didn't
That
fully.
That
that
was
was just
so confusing.
I was a little I wouldn't sorry I'm trying to fully wrap my head around it. That was like I just got home from work at 8 when the show started, and like I wasn't fully paying attention to that match. I was making dinner, but like that was just a little bit like, oh, this is happening now.
Yes, it was very rapid. Like it was very quick. I expected it to like be a little more like, this is stuff that's happening, and it was really just like everyone rushes out, and Punk is like, all right, we're having a match, and that was kind of like it, which I guess kind of makes sense because they were kind of just like, we just want him to be in front of the audience, but we
Yeah, no,
understand that
like
like he's
it's
mostly a collision guy.
my
I'm not even supposed to
my
be here. Ah. Every
yeah,
line
no,
he
my
says he think is fire, and it's so
yeah,
funny to
no.
me.
I I think I am very interested to see how the reaction to Punk goes because obviously they're in Chicago. They are very biased there. So
Hmm.
That's a way
it
to
will
put it.
be oh like yeah, no, it's a lot, but I'm at the least interested to see where it goes from here. Like, I can't change the fact that Punk is here. It is what it is, so it goes. But I'm just interested to see how this run goes.
I'm intrigued to see how stuff changes because I feel like within the first month, like I feel like it's not exactly how it's gonna be for a year
Right.
or so. So I'm like I'm curious to see once everything kind of levels out
Hmm.
what happens.
Yeah.
Because right now I feel like they're just doing like Juice J, Ricky, FTR, weird stuff. I don't know that
Yeah,
I'm
it's
like
just a
I don't
weird
know.
mishmash of guys. And again,
It's not necessarily a story.
the whole tag thing is just like because FTR isn't able to make a good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, say
Yeah, like
Yeah.
louder. That's exactly
I
what
got
that
that
like
shit
point.
is.
I
Say
got that point
louder.
from you, Wheeler, but like they're not they're not the most interesting people.
absolutely not.
No.
Like say what you will about CM Punk, at least he's gonna do something weird and interesting.
Yeah, he I will always say that that guy is very interesting to watch, even if like my own personal feelings aside. I'm like, oh, something's gonna happen here because something always happens with him. Whereas when I watch FTR, I don't watch them.
Yeah. I'll
Yeah, when
Right.
I
when
tune out.
FTR is on, I'm doing something else.
yeah, I'll never
And
forget
I
when
think
we.
I think the sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, basically, when we were in Kansas City and they were doing the whole like the guns, hey, you have to have a match with us, and then they were doing the whole like, nah, you have to. It was very like
Like, oh, give me
uninteresting
my match.
because it was really just the guns like, no, we don't want to fight you, and the FTR was like, you have to fight us. Like, if you fight us and we lose, we won't ever wrestle again. And the guns just like, yeah, we don't care. And then eventually they were like, all right, I guess we're having this match, and I was like, this is so
Like they
unimaginative.
got peer
Like,
pressured
obviously
by
they're gonna
Grandpa, and
win.
that was crazy.
It was very funny to be like the only 5 people in the building who are like, yeah, fuck FTR, let's go Gun Club.
Whoa! Get out! Yeah!
That was
Yeah,
kind
no,
of crazy.
I like. I don't see what all the people see in FTR because it's really just like the only people telling us FTR is good is commentary saying that wow, FTR is the best tag team ever. By what fucking standard?
They're just so
Yeah,
good
what-
in the ring, Colin. You don't understand. They play
Yeah,
8D chess. They cut the ring in half. They play
You know-
Oh
and
my
they
God,
do
they
this
cut
and
the
they
ring in
stop
half?
them. It's genius.
I-
You just wouldn't understand.
There
will say
isn't
if you-
any other tag team that cuts the ring in half.
They're literally
you would
every
have-
tag team does it. Because
Look,
that's
to be
just what
fair-
you
They're
do.
FTR is the only one.
Did you know that FTR
to
are the
be fair-
only tag team ever? No other tag team exists.
To be fair, you have to have a fairly high IQ to understand FTR.
That's what it feels like sometimes whenever I have
Yeah.
conversations about this stupid fucking team. It feels like I'm talking to someone about like Rick and Morty, where it's like I am just not. I don't understand the greatest tag team of all time. They are so perfect. Every single one of their matches is fire. Every time someone brings up one of their matches that's like a 5-star match, usually if you go back and watch that match, the other team that they are with is someone who is incredibly like acrobatic, athletic, very good at telling stories in the ring, and then they are supplemented along by doing their thing, which is more of like a secondary team thing. Right? Like
Yeah.
like they are the like accoutrements that like goes on top of, like they are the like basil that goes on top of like the pesto, whereas the actual pesto and the sauce and everything else is the other team. In
They're
my
the
opinion.
garnish.
They're garbage if you wanted that a little bit simpler.
Yeah. Again, I feel like I try to like watch their matches when they have them, and then I just get really bored because I'm like they don't.
No,
Personally, I like high flying. I like spots. Sorry, I like to have fun, and apparently FTR is against fun.
I try to watch them and then I just end up zoning out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I will admit I zone out to a lot of wrestling, but when it hits, it fucking hits.
Oh yeah.
You know? But like, you know, because it's hard to tell a story without any word. And when it's done right, it's incredible. And I have not been able to see FTR do it right.
Yeah, you gotta wade through a lot of garbage to get to the entertaining part of wrestling.
Yeah, I remember when Charlie and I were watching all of the pay-per-views, and we got to Full Gear 2020, and I made the comment, I was like, oh, hey, I'm pretty sure my favorite match on this card was actually the FTR match. Like, I really liked it, because they wrestled the Young Bucks, and it was, like, really, I liked it in the moment, and a few years later, watching it with him, I'm pretty sure your first comment when the match ended was you looked over at me and you said, that was your favorite match? And I felt so insulted. I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's not as good as I remember. Maybe it actually wasn't that good.
I'm not the biggest FTR fan. What else was on that pay-per-view? Because I feel like I was just like, compared
Literally,
to that, you thought.
yeah, Full Gear 20 literally opened with Adam versus Kenny in the Eliminator tournament, and then the match
I think
after
that's
that
also
was
my-
John Silver and Orange Cassidy. So like the perfect
love that
first
match.
2 matches, and for some reason my stupid 2020 brain was like, this match is actually pretty good. And when you go back and watch it, if you could believe it, the Young Bucks are really talented. They are very
Wait,
good.
what?
Boys.
No way.
Okay. Do we want to continue talking about FTR, or shall we move on?
I think our points have been made very clear.
I love
Let's
how
move on.
we can move on. I'm just mentioning, I love how on this podcast we will find a wrestler that none of us like, or a team that none of us like, and then talk about them for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Instead of stuff
huge.
we actually like.
It's
Yeah,
easier
I mean-
to talk about things you hate than things you like.
Because I feel
Yeah,
like the things
I
I
do
like,
think,
I was just happy. I don't know what else to say.
The collision match, Punk FTR and Ricky Starks versus Jay White, Juice Robinson, and the Gun Club, I think that is gonna be a lot of fun. Because you have Bullet Club and the Guns and like They're gonna be funny and weird
Funniest heel
together.
teams in the business.
Exactly.
Yeah, you got Ricky Starks. I feel like the reason why I feel like the reason why like CM Punk's first two matches back have been teamed with FTR is because they're the only people willing to put up with him.
Or they're the
So
only
it'll be
people that
fun to
wrestle in
see.
a similar style to him. They all like love Bret Hart, and that's their thing. Because
Okay,
no other people on the
but CM
planet
Punk
like
does it better.
Hey.
Um, I think it'll be interesting to see what he does next once the FDR story fizzles out, as it inevitably will. Anyway,
Yeah, I'm
next
curious
up,
about
concession
why.
stand brawl.
Yes, which they
Not
just
enough
started.
concession for me.
Agreed.
He did move to the ring rather quickly, and also I
Yeah.
will say, seeing Jeff Jarrett with like mustard all in his hair made me viscerally uncomfortable.
I didn't
I
like
can
it.
stand blood, but not mustard.
Maybe if they'd done ketchup, it would be better.
No,
that
but I
would've
can
been
still
funnier.
picture it, and it would feel gross. It would give me the ick. Whereas blood, the
like-
feeling of blood doesn't give me ick, but other liquids do.
Imagine like going to like shower afterwards and then it smells like mustard the whole time.
Maybe that's also
Ah.
it's like you could smell it, whereas like with I
Yeah.
feel like other like things like water or stuff like obviously water doesn't really have a lot of scent, but like with other things, there's not really a lot of scent, or I'm used to them. Whereas like I'm like I don't want food on my body, please.
Exactly.
Yeah. I prefer the smell and taste of blood over mustard.
Same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Also
honey
still-
mustard. That's the only way you can make mustard good.
I am a fan of stone ground mustard. Very tasty.
Oh, me too.
Um,
Yeah. But only in very small quantities. If you have too much of it, it gets overwhelming.
Yeah. I like it on sandwiches because I feel like it brings a nice flavor. But I was just gonna say this is the match of like literally so many people. We had I'm gonna go through the list of everyone that popped up.
Oh my god.
Sanjay, Lethal, Karen Jarrett, Papa Briscoe, Satnam Singh, Best Friends, Christopher Daniels, and the Lucha Brothers. That's 10 people that showed up for this match.
And literally,
so
like, over half of them have nothing to do with this feud. They are not even friends. Like, they don't know
Yeah,
each
I was
other
like-
like that.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was
wha-
like, okay. I was like, okay, like, yeah, and admittedly, my Wi-Fi shit itself during this match, so I didn't get to see the finish. But,
Your
like,
what?
Okay, my Wi-Fi stopped working, but like,
I heard
okay,
your
like
wife at
Lucha
first.
Brothers, yeah, these
Your
are,
wife shit herself.
Poor girl.
Yeah, no, the Lucha Brothers, like, yeah, those are Mark Briscoe's friends. Christopher Daniels, yeah, that's an ROH guy. I could see it. Best friends.
That was so confusing.
I think this is leading up to a match between Satnam Singh and Best Friends as Trenchcoat Man.
Honestly,
Perfect,
I
yes,
would
love
watch
it.
the shit out of
Please.
that match. That would be
Please.
so good.
I would love that.
Because technically, Trenchcoat Man re-debuted against when they were feuding the first time with Sanjay's big boys of increasingly maybe bad track records. And it's like they can't escape. This is like the third time that they've had to do something with them, and I'm like, what's happening here? Also, fascinating. I love the part where the Lucha Bros and Best Friends all did the super kick together on, I think it was Sanjay, or maybe it was Lethal, can't remember, doesn't matter. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is so cool, this is great. But also, don't they hate each other? Like, last time I checked, y'all ain't like each other. Like, real bad.
I was so confused. Again, I
it's
was like, I like everyone here, but like, what's going on? Why are they here?
It was like 2 segments in a row. Like the opening segment with like everybody running out and then suddenly like fucking Ricky Starks and everybody was there. And then this one with all of those people running out and like no one really having any correlation to anybody else except like loosely if you think about it. I was just like, this is a lot of chaos. For no
Yeah,
reason.
Yeah.
I feel.
I
Hey,
think-
chaos.
No, I think
Chaos
I
was
think
there.
at least after Double or Nothing going into this next pay-per-view cycle, they're floundering a little bit, trying to figure out what the stories are going to be. Like, they've settled on a few things, but everything else is kind of
Which
in
is
flux right now, it feels.
crazy to
Yeah.
me because they are literally in the middle of like one of the best stories they've ever fucking told with the Elite and BCC. It's like literally perfect, and they're just
maybe they like have that, and it's like we have something so great that like we don't know what the fuck to follow it else up with.
That's fair. That's probably why the Four Pillars feud crashed and burned so bad.
Yeah. No, I mean, like, they were like, this is the main event of Double or Nothing, and then they're like, oh shit.
No,
this
it
is
isn't.
like
Yeah.
the best thing we've ever done, and we can't walk back the main event, so,
Double main event!
Yeah.
I'm waiting for them to...
It felt like... Yeah. You know, they've stumbled onto something so amazingly golden that they, I guess, don't know what to follow the rest of the show with, or what can help support that amazing feud.
Which is interesting, because, like...
Eddie Kingston.
Literally Eddie Kingston. Right there. That's the answer.
Eddie, save us.
Okay, but yeah, I think concluding thoughts on this, concession stand, bro. They just kind of don't know what they're doing.
I think that's Daisy in the chat. My shirt says wrestling is gay. It's yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Shout out to Effie.
I don't think there was an Effie shirt in the crowd. I saw that.
There was also a Golden Lover shirt in the crowd.
I did see that as well, and I was happy. But I don't know. I don't think I think I'm slightly entertained by the whole like Mark Briscoe, Jeff Jarrett thing, but like not enough to like really care.
More like Mark Briscoe is fun.
Yes.
I like
Jeff Jarrett can also be very fun.
Yeah, they're
he's
fun,
not necessarily always though.
Yeah, like I think it was a fun match, but they're not really going anywhere with it. Like the whole feud between them's kind of going in circles. It feels like.
I feel like that might be the end, though, because didn't Mark win? And, you know, they all lift him on his shoulders. They're like, yeah, MVP! Woo! We love you!
Maybe this means he'll start hanging out more with them, because he was hanging out with, like, FTR for a while, but I think that ended poorly.
I think Mark Briscoe should be a best friend, and, like, they welcome Orange Cassidy back, and there's just this weird old man with them.
Oh, and Orange is like, where'd you get this guy? And they're like, I don't know, a dumpster? And he's like... Okay. Just totally okay with it. Hi.
They just need to get best friends back in action as a stable and have Mark Briscoe there.
I would love it.
Yeah, Mark Briscoe replaces Wheeler Yuta in the best friends.
And they do a fucking match with BCC and Mark Briscoe's just there. Like, Wheeler Yuta, you done abandoned your friends, boy.
I'm gonna beat some sense into you. I'm gonna make you care about their friendship. And he's just like, Daddy Brian, what do I do?
Like, I think Mark Briscoe like has a thing where he pronounces names weird. He's like, "Where are you, Utah?"
That's literally how Paul White says his name. He pronounces it like Utah, like the state, and I'm like,
But yeah, that.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, no,
I want to see Danhausen and Mark Briscoe interact so badly.
Please.
Can we find... This is how we move on. This is how all you bitches online move on from Hookhausen. We give Hook a new... we give Danhausen a new best friend, and it's Mark Briscoe, okay?
No, but like, I don't think Danhausen would fuck Mark Briscoe, and that's the problem.
Oh, you're right. We can't do our weird little two twinks having sex on AO3 thing. My bad. As if Mark couldn't possibly put it down. I don't know. We should not have this conversation.
That man has children, you know, Dan.
Good for him. He got children.
I want to see Danhausen and the best friends visit the Briscoe farm, like that
would
one
be
segment.
So fun. I feel like Dan would try to steal the baby. He's like, I'm putting it in my coat.
Chuck tries to drive a tractor,
then proceeds to flip over a tractor.
And then proceeds to lie about having flipped over a tractor.
Like, they come back, and the tractor's totally busted, and Mark's like, what the hell did you do to my tractor? And then, like, Dustin and Greg look at each other, and they're like, The wind pushed it over, man. I don't know. It's kind of
And like
weird.
Orange Cassidy is feeding the chickens, but he like takes one little grain at a time and just.
I thought you were gonna say he starts eating it one grain at a time.
No, and he also takes some for himself.
That's psychotic. I love it.
Oh, I feel like if Chris was doing more the alien gimmick, she would have had a delightful time interacting with farm animals and being like,
Oh my God,
yes,
yeah.
other
She
humans.
boops them.
It's like, no, this is a cow.
All right. Anyways,
The next
Again, Tony Khan, call me.
We have
I have some great-
ideas.
We have some great ideas. Tony Khan, I know you're watching.
Kenny says, I mean, hey, I think Mark is closer in age to Danhausen than Hook is. Which is honestly very true.
Kind of upsetting.
But next, the BCC, Don Callis and Konosuke Takeshita were backstage, and I proceeded to have a
I was
very
not
happy time.
The same. I was a terrible person for approximately 2 minutes and 28 seconds. Like, it was a lot for me. And
Wonderful.
the bisexual combat club stays winning because, and they know exactly what they're doing whenever they do stuff like this, where John's like, tall, dark, and sexy, Takeshita, and then everyone in the background's like, yeah. It's like, yeah. Oh.
It was
like
beautiful.
tall, dark, and sexy. I feel like the BCC's feeling towards Don Callis is, well, he's here.
They're like, this fucking
like-
clown.
They're like, oh yeah, Takeshita, he's amazing. He's a great wrestler. He's so hot. He has a great body. Also, Don Callis is there.
I genuinely feel if Takeshita left the room, they would perhaps try to kill Don Callis.
Oh yeah, they would.
Agreed. Absolutely.
I think anyone would.
You know what? Actually, I love that dynamic. Like, oh yeah, we want Takeshita here. We have to put up with Don, but like, the second Takeshita leaves, it is on site.
No, it was great. They're having a match for Forbidden Door.
It's gonna be so good.
And it's gonna
It's
be marvelous. John is having his two sons, Takeshita and Claudio.
It's finally baby's day out. It's so exciting. He's gonna have his son.
Yeah, shoots and utes.
His shoots and utes, and
I'm
I love them all gonna be mean mugging, like wild thing. You don't fuck with us, grr. And then Shota is like, do you want a light stick? Look at the
He's
children. He's
he's so
so
fun.
amazing, and I want to pinch his cheeks. I'm excited to see him.
Someone said he's like if John Moxley raised Hello Kitty as his son.
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
He's delightful. I love Shota. He's so fun. Literally seeing him in New Japan do the John Moxley entrance, which is, like come out from the back, but like it's literally just him like coming down escalators or like stumbling downstairs because he has no idea where he's going, and it's just really fucking funny. So
cute.
he's marvelous.
Is Brian gonna be in that match?
No,
He's
so
not.
it's Claudio, John, Yuta, Takeshita, and Shota.
Okay, yeah.
And that's why Kenny's not in the match either.
Yeah.
Because then with the elite side, it was like, oh, it's gonna be Adam and the Bucks, and then they would get to choose their like other two partners.
Yeah, okay.
That took me a second to figure out too.
It took me so long because
Yeah.
they did not word that well, and I was like,
I
"What
was just
is
so hyper focused on just like staring at everyone who was in there rather than focus on anything they were talking about.
Yeah, like afterwards yesterday, Maple was like, okay, so who's the fifth person on the BCC team? And I was like, okay, so there's John, there's Claudio, and there's Yuta, and there's Shota, and there's Takeshita. So who is the fifth person on the BCC team? I just couldn't think of it.
I love you."
It was Shane McMahon.
It's here comes
Shane
money.
In the
Here
BCC.
comes
Oh,
the
yeah.
money.
But literally, I had a delightful time. Then next, there was the Suzuki match. There, I guess, were other people there.
All that matters is
including
Suzuki,
AR
baby.
Fox and Darius Martin. Anyone else is for the most part irrelevant.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
remember exactly one thing from that match, and it's when Chris does the like spin around like Sammy Guevara pose, and then Suzuki comes over and does the Chris Jericho pose above him.
Yes, that was good.
Dude, again,
Right.
Suzuki, my man.
I love Suzuki. We're gonna see more of him
I-
at Forbidden Door, but we just don't know,
I know there was
who the opponent
there
is.
was an amazing moment of him. I can't remember what it was,
I
but like
enjoyed
he like
when
had this
any-
like psychotic smile in his eyes, and I was like, oh my god, I love you.
Oh, I think it was when Darius kind of
Murder
hit him, and
Grandpa.
he goes, and then he just
Yeah.
kills Darius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I loved that.
That was it. Yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Oh,
Streamcat.
She's so
Oh my
fat.
god, a kitty.
Stray cat.
Oh, a baby. But yeah.
what was your
so, like,
thoughts on
Chris,
Suzuki?
I don't know. Was she watching for Suzuki?
I don't know.
She was only there for Suzuki. But
There's
like,
not a single thought behind those eyes.
She has no
Chris
idea what's going
submitted
on.
one of the people, which I thought was lame. Suzuki should just win all of them. And then Renee was out there for like a hot second to be like, "Hey, Chris, what are your feelings?" And then Chris talked.
Yeah, like stole the mic right out of her hands. So rude.
Very rude. Sting came out and Darby came out, and then they were like, "We're gonna fight you at Forbidden Door, but we're not telling you who our partner is until Collision because we're sneaky."
Literally do not remember any of this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because every time
just-
Sting talks, I'm like, you shouldn't speak. I don't know why he looks like a person who's just supposed to be like mysterious and like, ha ha ha.
Yeah, like, okay, whenever he talks, he reveals that he's like a
Just a guy.
silly,
He's just
like 60-year-old dad from Nebraska.
Exactly. I know that man is like amazing at cornhole. I don't know if I can take that seriously.
Yeah, like,
I
he
think it's-
plays
I haven't-
cornhole with his sons.
No, I have it saved on my phone. It's like a promo of I think it was Miro, Darby, and Sting teaming, and like they're doing that promo for whatever match it was, and like Sting and Miro, Darby and Miro are being like intimidating and tough, and Sting comes on, the enemy of the enemy is my friend.
Like, there's the one promo that he did against, God, I can't remember who, but he keeps pulling pom-poms out of his jacket.
Yeah,
was
yeah,
MJF.
MJF. That was MJF.
I loved that one.
Because he was a cheerleader.
Yeah, like,
He's
I like Sting. Like
Jeff.
as a person, I really think Sting is just like a funny guy. But like with his
Yeah.
character as like the like dark, brooding scorpion
yeah,
man,
that's just,
and then he
what
just
he was. That's just what he was for the WCW stuff with NWO, but then he
Mhm.
just started talking.
yeah, like he comes out and talks, and it's just like, yeah, that is a guy who like he's just like a guy. He's from Nebraska.
He's some dude from Omaha, and it delights me every time I see him. He has an amazing ability whenever he does a promo to scream like a goat before it, and I love
yeah,
it.
really interesting.
And Sting is silly, but I do love him very much.
Yeah, he's the only person other than Suzuki who I will care about in that match. And
Absolutely.
whoever Sting chooses. And then I'll be really pissed because I'll be like, wow, I can't believe they have like Suzuki and whoever Sting chooses in this match. This makes me sad.
I'm just like, moment of reflection. It's fucking insane that I've been to 2 shows and I've been able to see Sting wrestle twice.
I know,
live in the
right?
year 2022. Like, he's still going, and that is something that is not lost on me. Like, that's fucking insane.
And he still got it.
Fucking goat.
Still
fucking
launches
goat.
himself off of like high places.
Yeah, he's insane.
This is wild because like
Yeah. I'm hoping his
um,
last match will be something very good. He deserves
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, I think it will.
Emmy says Sting is so unserious. I know. That's
Yeah,
the
exactly.
fun
It's
part.
true.
He's unserious, and that's what's amazing about him.
Like that one clip of him and Orange doing the little kicks at each other. I'm just like, that's an old man having
Mhm.
fun right there. He's doing whatever
Yeah,
the hell
like-
he wants.
I love whenever Sting is in a match with like a more sort of like comedy person, because he always like riffs really well. Um, it's just he's stuck with Darby, and Darby is so committed to being dark, brooding, and edgy.
And it's
And it's
so
unfortunate.
uninteresting. Um, but yeah, so unless anyone has any more words, we next had the man of the hour, RJ City, with funny
AEW's
comment.
top star.
My
Yeah,
favorite
you know
wrestler,
it.
RJ City.
Our Canadian RJ City,
One of the wrestle
Canadian,
aunts. My
the
auntie.
aunties. Yeah, they had like a bingo thing with names in it. And they randomly selected 2 people, and then we're like, oh, wouldn't that be interesting?
They're like, wow. And then they don't tell. And then they just.
Oh,
Yeah, and then they don't say anything.
I love
and it's like,
how like serious he looked when he was like cranking the like bingo spinner.
Also, I will say RJ lied to me twice because I watched they put on Twitter the little Wrestle Ants thing, which is like him and Renee, and they do like what's going to be happening tonight. And he told me, he said that the Suzuki's match would be the main event, and he said that he wasn't allowed to do the bingo thing, and that Renee was going to be doing it. He literally said they won't allow me to do it because I do it wrong or whatever,
And he lied.
and he lied to me.
Oh my god, unforgivable.
Despicable.
He's a despicable man.
But what is so interesting is in that segment, while they managed to convey almost nothing to us until later when we find out like what the 2 names were that were drawn, it did explain how the tournament is going to work. Because at first I thought it was just going to be a blind tournament, like they pulled 2 names out of a hat and those are the 2 teams. No, the teams are fucking random too. They're
Which is crazy. I love it.
I know, I love it too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was hoping more for like tag team stuff because I like tag teams. I don't know. Conceptually, I am interested.
I'm about to say something so devious.
Say it.
Mm-hmm.
What if they pulled John?
Your mic cut out. What did you say?
Oh no!
You paused it in like the pose. Wild.
I know. I think he was gonna say Jungle Boy. But I don't know what the rest was.
Fuck it. Put Jungle Boy and Christian Cage on the same team. Do it. It'd be so funny. There's so many. Put Eddie and John on the same team. Do it.
Okay, what were you gonna say, Colin?
Oh, I was gonna. It cut out right before I said it, didn't I?
Yes, it
Yes.
did.
Yeah, it did.
God fucking damn it. Okay. They put Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus on a team.
Yes! Give me drama. Give me wife swap. God.
Literally, I love wife swap. In terms of, I've never seen the show, but only in wrestling.
No, like Adam Cole and MJF teaming together and like having to like work it out brings me so much joy.
It's gonna be incredible.
Like this
It's
feels
so
like
cheesy and perfect.
it feels like they're doing one of those like can they coexist things, which like usually are not very good, but it's clear that they're leaning into the comedy of it instead of like the gruff serious like they're going full silly with it, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah. No,
full
this feud like
comedian.
This feud started off like any other MJF feud. It's like I used to look up to this person, but I'm an asshole. And then they took that same like the MJF CM Punk setup and then just put it in this whole new direction, and I think it's going to be amazing.
Yes.
I am really happy. Like, I think part of the reason why this makes me so happy is because they're like doing something else with an MJF feud and taking it in like a completely new direction that we haven't really seen before. And I'm very excited to see how that works and like let MJF, because MJF is like an amazing promo and he's an amazing storyteller, and it's kind of annoying that he keeps having the same story over and over again. So like letting him like stretch his legs and show off his like mic skills and stuff in a different scenario, I think is going to be really great.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I like MJF best when he's wrestling, because he's a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
Or being funny. Like, I think he's hilarious.
MJF.
I like that.
MJF. Sorry.
Oh, he died.
Yeah, I did. MJF I think works best when he's kind of leaning into the comedy aspects of his character because he is supposed to be that guy who you just fucking hate. Like he does a really great job pushing the crowd buttons and all that, and I froze.
You're still here.
You're good. You're not frozen.
I don't know if you can hear us.
Can you not hear us?
Oh, wait, no, he's not frozen on the stream.
Okay, yeah, I'm back. I was saying
Alright.
We could hear you that whole time.
Oh fuck! Y'all's video just froze. Oh my god.
This is going great.
Okay, but I was saying, I think, when MJF does his more dramatic stuff, like, I always go back to the feud that made me fall in love with wrestling, MJF CM Punk. I think that, he does it really good with the dramatics, but he can't do that all the time.
Yeah, because I feel like heels work because they're like usually like either like evil or like kind of comedic, and then they sprinkle in the sometimes like, but actually I'm really sad, and you're like, oh, I didn't know that. And
You're
I feel
such
like
a
it works
troubled
because
villain.
it's like rare. It's like you rarely get to see those sides of them. So when you get to see them, they're really like they pack a punch. And I feel like MJF was doing the like, oh, I'm continually very sad, and I'm like, well, now you're just all the time sad. So like this is
like you start to feel too bad for him. You have to remember that he is a silly, goofy prick.
Exactly.
Who will like refuse to wrestle or whatever. Unless he has Adam Cole like specifically pushing his buttons, which is also very fun to see.
I love that he was more upset about having to wrestle every week than about having to like fight with Adam Cole or like having to team with Adam Cole. I also love like Adam Cole just like pushing his buttons like that and being like, yeah, there you go, champ. Like I'm so proud of you.
Like, yeah, see you later, partner.
I was like, oh, he's so smirky. It made me very pleased.
They're gonna fuck nasty.
It's their God-given right.
I can't believe I live in a world where there's a blind tag tournament, and I won't get Adam squared. MJF is Marty McFly. Both of those, excellent comments. The first one though reminds me, we could have had Max squared. Could you imagine if they forced Max and Max to tag together? I would cry. That would be so good.
It would have been hilarious.
For Pride Month.
For Pride Month.
Say, during like the lead up to Brian and MJF, I was really exhausted with like Max. Like I was really tired with him, and I was kind of like just irritated. And then someone like put out that there's Max Caster was doing commentary for like Create a Pro, and MJF showed up for it as well for like a match. And so I watched, like, it was on Twitch, the recording, and I watched it, and it was hysterical, and it made me like so happy because I was like, this is why I love MJF, because he's so fucking cheesy, and seeing him interact with Max Caster was just hilarious.
They were so funny on commentary.
No, MJF is so fucking funny. And I really hope like they lean into that aspect of his character for this feud.
He just has to. He does best when he leans in at least a little bit to being just the cheesiest heel possible. Like it's very cheesy in this self-aware way that is brilliant.
Nah.
MJF and Adam Cole kissing. They are in love.
They are.
You might have to make a part 2.
No, Orange. It's Orange Cassidy ringside, like, I thought we had one special.
No, you know what? I want Adam Cole and MJF versus Orange Cassidy and Max Caster. Like
the wife swap of it all.
That's marvelous. I love just setting up imaginary matches like this.
I'm gonna book an entire show that's not real. It's gonna be great.
Okay, I will say, we talked about that, and that was kind of out of order, but not really out of order.
Right.
That's fine.
But does anyone else have any other thoughts on the like MJF Adam Cole stuff?
Other than I have listened back to that clip where they say "Shut up, Shivani" like 80 times
Shivani.
because I don't know what it is about me, but I love it when people speak in unison.
Yeah.
It tickles something in my brain, and I was like, that was so perfectly timed. I love that.
They're good. They're good.
Mhm. Okay.
So before
I
that was
think.
the Elite.
Yeah.
Eddie.
So yes, they were backstage. Did I process anything that really happened? No.
Okay, all I gotta
because
say is
Kenny
I love
had
how
his-
Kenny just like always stands looking at the camera like
Always
Yeah, with his
shirtless.
tits out.
I'm like, are you okay?
He's not.
No, the answer is no.
He's never.
I love
But
that
like
Eddie Kingston only has enemies.
he
He
literally was like,
addresses
only-
his enemies.
I hate y'all, but I hate Claudio more.
Yeah, I love him so much.
He's
always
such a
right.
hater.
it just so makes me so happy. Marvelous. No notes.
Also, I would like to
Uh,
point out, I pointed this out to Charles, and I would point it out on here because it's very important to me. If you look in the background, Adam Page is on his phone, checking his text messages every other second. He is trying so hard to get back in contact with Dark Order, and just no one will allow each other to talk to each other because everyone is dramatic and...
Yeah, on BTE, the Dark Order have definitely been trying to like. They're not happy that Adam is tagging with the Bucks. They're very jealous.
Yeah, they were complaining about how they got cowboy hats and bandanas from Party City, and apparently that wasn't good enough for him.
We throw a whole cowboy day for him, and he just goes crawling back to these two married men. Ah!
It's crazy. I love it. But yeah, and then there was the Adam Cole stuff. So Adam Cole, MJ pops out. It's only Shivani stuff, and then Adam was like, "Why are you so scared of Tana? You're such a coward."
Like, you're not a coward, right? I know my tag partner would never be a coward.
And then so MJ
Ooh. Okay,
then-
next up we have Orange Cassidy and Shibata versus Daniel Garcia and Zack Sabre Jr.
This was my match of the night.
I wish so very badly that I could have been in the same room with the two of you during that match.
Because literally,
Oh, man.
a match made in heaven for me specifically. It was a special moment. I love that it's just a treat getting to watch Shibata wrestle literally ever, because like the fact that that man is alive is an inspiration.
They took out his brain and did tech deck tricks with it and put it back in.
They did tech tricks with it. That's crazy. And then so many good parts. Like at the very beginning when they're all doing their entrances and Danny's getting ready to dance to his theme, and then Zack Sabre just comes out and totally interrupts him with his own theme, and he looks at him like, "What the hell, bitch?" And then he's like, "Well, do you want a high five?" And Zack's like, "No." So Danny instead proceeds to do the next logical thing, which is slap Zack's ass as hard as he can, because you know he did it for us on this Gay People Month. Thank you, Danny, for being our representation.
I love Zack Sabre Jr.'s theme song. Also, why is Zack Sabre Jr.'s ass so fat? Like, what is he doing with it?
It wasn't in the past. It's grown.
He's
been working on it.
That's how he coped over the loss of Tai Chi. He got a fat
Holy.
ass.
He bleached his hair and I guess put on ass.
Yeah.
I just him and Tai Chi, it's so good. It's fine. More divorce.
I never thought I would be this invested in a British man. And
He
he's
is one of
so,
the very
like,
few.
aggressively British, too.
British in a way that's fake, and it's great.
But yeah, the match, great. Cassidy accidentally hit Shibata with the orange fudge, and Garcia pinned Shibata. Very crazy. Didn't expect to see that. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so important to me because, like, dude, in 1 year, or I guess, yeah, technically, in less than a year, Daniel has pinned Bryan Danielson and Katsuyori Shibata. What 24-year-old guy do you know has done that? Like, wow, that's so cool! If only he wasn't stuck in a shitty stable! Wow! He could be so cool if he were cool. I know in my heart that he's cool, and he's a horrible, nasty, petty bitch who loves to tweet on Twitter and then delete them. He's like one of those girlies. It's great. I'm waiting for him to be petty to be
I love his...
Yeah.
I love his stupid little dance where he
Oh my god, and Orange Cassidy doing it? I think that a little bit slow.
That was for the gays.
It was. And the part where, like, he has Orange in the corner is just going, like, full face into him, and I was like, damn! Ooh, gay!
The chokehold that 40-year-old twink has on the entire locker room is insane.
The utter chokehold. I think everybody wants a piece of him.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, I'm not super happy about the 4-way. I'm not super psyched.
Why
I was
is that?
hoping it would be a singles match between Zach and Orange, and I would have gotten everything I wanted. And the 4-way, I feel like
that would be
was
amazing.
basically this part too. And don't get me wrong, this was great, but like I feel like I already got a lot of what I'm gonna get from this 4-way. Whereas with Zach and Orange, I would have gotten a lot of like technical wrestling, and Zach's style is kind of for the gays, and now I don't really get that, and that makes me kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
like it's gonna bang,
yeah.
It's gonna be great, it's gonna be amazing, but like personally, I just wanted Orange and Zach just kind of like crawling all over each other for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, agreed.
Maybe they're saving the Orange and Zack Sabre match, like the singles match, for like All In, since it's in London. Maybe they're saving like that big marquee match for then. And even, hey, maybe Zach wins the title this Sunday crazy. And then walks into All In London, right in front of my family. I sold out. No, now I'm going to Jay White. See,
Wembley Stadium.
Wembley Stadium, going right in, and he gets to walk in the champion, and that would probably be a very special moment for him.
Yeah, it'd be dope. I love Zach. Zach is very good and very loud and very like
so
cursy, British. He's so British.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like title changes in like non-singles matches. Or I guess like title changes in like more than just like a one-on-one match. Especially if it's like you don't have to pin the champion for the title to change hands. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of that. It doesn't feel quite as like weighty as a title change ought to be. Just in my opinion. So maybe like after the 4-way match, then we get just Zach and Orange, and that's when the title changes. And then he can still go into Wembley Stadium with the title.
Or win the title in Wembley in front of his whole family. Because everyone is related.
If Zach is from London. I have no idea.
I don't know where he's from.
I'm looking it up. He's from somewhere in England. I don't know.
There, it's all the same.
England is so small that like everywhere in
city.
England is my city. Yes.
Oh, he's from an island off the coast of Kent.
Wow.
Ooh.
Good for him.
Learning so much. It's like it's southern.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's from London.
Yeah, his name is also not Zack Sabre Jr., and that really disturbs me. It feels like a made-up
What's his
name,
actual
but
name?
also Lucas.
He looks like a Lucas.
I don't know. I don't know if he does. That's Zach.
That's a Zach.
But yeah, so either way,
I feel like before he bleached his hair, I could have believed that was a Lucas, but like with the bleached hair, like no, that's a Zach.
Yeah, post-divorce.
Weirdly, I think with the blonde hair he looks more like a Lucas, but only because it reminds me of Lucas from Earthbound.
Yeah. I do have a cousin named Lucas, and he is blonde, but I just don't see him.
Yeah.
Zach.
Okay, we have
Zach's
not talked
18.
about the most important part of this match, which is when Daniel Garcia's pants ripped during picture-in-picture, and then he just like kept wrestling and like finished the whole
Yeah, he
match.
didn't do anything.
He also had his lip
He really
busted
didn't
open.
care. He
Yeah,
did. He was being-
his pants ripped, and during the like picture-in-picture commentary, Taz says, "Oh, we got a blowout over here, Crotch Jones."
Crotch Jones! To which Excalibur, I think we talked about this before the stream started, but Excalibur goes like, "It's not a bug, it's a feature." It's just...
Oh, there's a cat on the surface that I have my phone precariously perched on. So if my camera suddenly goes tumbling down to the ground, that's why.
Oh, there you go.
the T attack.
I don't know what's wrong with my Discord, like on my other screen, but genuinely for like the last hour, it doesn't look like that on stream, but on my Discord, everyone's been incredibly buggy and like laggy, and it's very distracting. Don't know why that is. I love tech issues. It's just like an AEW stream, guys. We're giving you the authentic experience.
Hey, literally during the time, like Tana had like a bit where he was like on the screen and like talking.
Yeah, it was a Zoom
and
call.
It was so shitty. It like kept flickering in and out. I was like, Christ, this is embarrassing, AEW.
I love it. It's like
Kitty.
they were like, he was calling it. Tanahashi on the phone, calling in live from satellite.
It was funny.
He should have gone on like, oh, can you hear me? Is my video on?
Is it working?
Sable,
Tony,
turn my
how do I
printer
unmute?
on.
Nice.
Oh, very talented.
She's so smart, knowing how to work a printer. She's a businesswoman.
A woman in STEM.
Yeah, women in STEM.
Let's go. We owe
yeah.
all our lives to women.
We do owe all our lives to Weemon. I will say though, this match was 5 out of 5. Perfect.
Oh, yeah,
no notes. I love at the end when they all grab for the international title, and then Orange comes over and grabs for it, and like he goes to walk away but can't, and it's just death in his eyes. Like this guy wants
He looks so
put
he's so
down.
tired.
He's so tired, and he like rips the title out of Shibata's hands really meanly and like walks away, and I'm like, oh no.
Drama.
How could you?
Drama.
No, don't do that to Shibata.
No,
He'll
like-
kill you.
It's like I can see Orange like it feels like a death feud and I can see in this match Shibata fucking murders Orange and takes the title off of him and Orange is just like, we're cool.
Honestly, he would be like, thank you. Thank you for freeing me. I've been waiting to lose this stupid title for
I am
months.
free. He
No,
goes
like,
into a
I'm-
6-month nap.
I'm
He's gonna
so
go
excited
comatose.
for Orange. Like Orange is gonna
hibernate.
lose the title and not care at all. It's gonna be great. Like it's like, you know, usually a wrestler loses the title and it's like, I'm on my knees, this is all I had. Orange is just gonna be like, cool. I'm gonna
Like-
go sleep.
Cool. I get to go chill now.
He's like, I
gonna
gotta go
be
see my
back on
friends. We're gonna go
Twitch."
have IHOP. Bye.
He's gonna go back to living in Chuck's basement.
Chuck's
It's gonna
basement.
be great.
Okay, next up we have the main event. The
well,
real
actually,
main
there was
event.
The real main event.
Will Ospreay.
I mean,
Oh,
No,
that's
we have the main event. Ty
The main
Valkyrie
event.
versus Chris
But
But then
Statlander.
there was the Tony Storm and Willow Nightingale.
No, we have the event. Ty Valkyrie versus Chris Statlander.
Okay. Yes, we have Chris versus Taya for the TBS title.
which.
I really fucking like Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yes,
awesome.
her outfits amazing. Her wrestling great.
Yeah,
Her
no. She's an amazing wrestler. She's so pretty. She has like the best outfits. Her just like stage presence and like charisma is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, no. So
She's
her and
bewitched.
her and Chris are a natural matchup. I really hope this turns into a bigger feud.
I think that'd be
It's like,
really cool.
because I think Taya was like introduced and kind of almost set up as the person to beat Jade, and then Chris
she
Statlander
didn't.
just shows up and does it. And so like I think
Mhm.
the jealousy there, it's like it's not like Taya's completely heel in this scenario. It's like, yeah, Chris is great, but I totally see where Taya's coming from.
Yeah, like
Yeah, and also like the fact that like Taya already fought Jade, and then like Chris comes in while like Jade is already like tired and weak, and like
Yeah,
then beats her. Like I totally understand like why Taya is so upset and why she thinks that like this is unfair. I like I love Chris. I will never say a single bad word about Chris Statlander. She's never done anything wrong in her entire life.
the
But
most
like I
perfect
do
wrestler.
understand where Taya is coming from. And
yeah,
like I think that's like
and that makes
that
the
that makes
feud
for a really
compelling.
compelling feud.
Yeah, and
So it's,
again, if this is the end, I'm gonna fucking strangle Tony Khan. Like
Hmm.
oh,
they need to get Taya on mic more, and they need to
mhm.
make this a talking feud. I need to see some
No, you know
stuff in
what?
the ring.
I think I think they should do another therapy session with RJ City between Chris and Taya.
Yes,
Another sit down. Oh my god. Well, I
that would
think
be a
that
win.
went well.
It's not going to go well, and that's what's going to be amazing about it.
Oh gosh. Also, Chris's outfit last week on Rampage with the like jeans with the torn out pockets.
Cutouts, yeah.
Slay.
Mm, that was very
Orange
nice.
stole her pockets.
He collects pockets like in a little jar.
A little demon.
Like the she showed like a few square inches of skin like on with the thigh cutouts, and that was enough to just like make me like pass out.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Uh,
I'm sad that
yeah.
Chris isn't gonna be on Forbidden Door. I wish that she had something to do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm like, I really was hoping for some Stardom involvement because, like, I think Tony Khan and Tony Storm had both shown an interest or like talked about it, and I was really hoping for that. And I feel like if
Yeah.
Mercedes Moné wasn't injured, she would have had a match.
Oh,
Because I'm
absolutely.
like, I just I love Forbidden Door, but since New Japan is primarily like men, I was hoping that they would really try to like pull for like some like women from other Japanese promotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I
Hmm.
am happy with Tony Storm versus Willow Nightingale. I think that's going to
Yeah,
be a
it's
really
gonna
good
be.
match. Is that
Honestly,
winner
let
takes
Willow
Oh,
all?
win.
absolutely.
Give Willow the
Huh?
title.
Is that like a winner takes all scenario?
I
No,
don't
it's
think
just
so.
for
Oh,
Tony's belt.
okay.
Mhm.
So I would be very happy
Which
to see Willow as the world champion for AEW. So I shouldn't say no.
She would be a perfect world
I do think
champion.
for Forbidden Door for the big New Japan crossover show, they should have had it be for the New Japan title, because then Willow would get to win a match on pay-per-view.
Exactly,
That is really
exactly.
Yeah.
true. That is really true. Yes, she is the strong women's champion. Whatever the full title
The
is.
most
She's so
beautiful
strong.
belt.
She's so fucking strong. It would. I don't know. I was just really hoping that they would try to have some Stardom talent. But
Mhm.
That would
how could I
require
blame them?
Tony Khan liking women to do that, though.
Impossible.
Yeah, they
Uh,
could have just had a match for the New Japan Women's title and another match for the AEW Women's title. They could have had two matches for the
Ooh.
women.
But it would actually be three because they're having a women's match on 0 Hour, and if we have more than two women's matches, we might explode.
Hmm. Ah, what a shame.
The match on 0 Hour is
Yeah.
going to be good too. It's like Billy Starks and Athena. I love Athena.
Athena.
Oh, that is gonna be
Love
so
Athena.
good.
Yeah, because then I
I
forget
think
what order they were doing announcements in, but they announced like the Owen Hart tournament matches. And I'm really
mhm.
like all the women's matchups. I'm like pretty like happy about.
Yeah, the women's tournament's going to be great. The men's
Yeah.
tournament feels incredibly obvious. Like, oh, we already know who's
Mhm.
going to win. That's a stupid question. Also, no Canadians.
Yes, not a single Canadian.
No Canadians in your Canadian guy tournament. A little weird, but what do I know?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm pumped because like I think Anna Jay versus Sky Blue is going to be on Rampage, and then Nyla versus Willow is going to be on Collision, and then I think next week will be Britt versus Ruby. They are doing a quick ass tournament. This is not a long tournament. Like I'm
Well,
used
that's
to like,
'cause,
Yeah, it's only like
Speed
which are
run.
like a month. Like New Japan tournaments are usually like a long time. Like they're at least 2 weeks minimum.
well, Tony's strong suit is not tournaments. Even though
And
all of
that's
us are
sad.
begging for more tournaments because we like them.
I love tournaments. Tournaments
Yeah.
are literally
I'm
like
like
one of my favorite things.
last year there were like way more people in the Owen Hart tournament, and it like felt like a big thing, and this year it just feels super rushed.
Because they're trying to get
'cause
it
also
done
they
before their
announced
next
it-
show in. Because they're it starts and ends in Canada, right? The tournament does.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think so.
Because like it's supposed to be like what was I gonna say? Like they announced it like a month and a half ago, and then they announced that it was gonna be like mostly in Canada, and then they just announced the matches like right before they happened, which is like really, I don't know.
Yeah, very
I
quick.
I'm not used to this.
I mean,
stuff.
like, I'm not Canadian, you know, like maybe I don't have I don't have any skin in the game, but like I feel like as long as it ends in Canada, that should be fine.
Probably.
Yeah. I just think it's weird to be like, this is a Canadian thing, and then you're like, we're gonna do stuff in Canada, and then just not put any like Canadian wrestlers on the card.
Like, come on, at least like put
Mhm.
Evil Uno in there.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
That makes me sad. I love Evil Uno. I don't know. So yeah, but then they ran through everything that's like gonna be happening because they ran through the Rampage matches, which I'm really excited about because they have Yo,
Yo.
from Chaos, and I love Yo. He wears jeans, but like cut out jeans. He's delightful and kind of weird now, and I love it so much.
And Doki.
Um,
Doki's gonna be there.
Yes, Doki is going against Jack Perry, and I love Doki. I was really surprised about that because he was out with a fever last week, so it's good to see him back. And then the Acclaimed and Billy Gunn are in action, and then Anna Jay versus Sky Blue.
Oh, and you already said the Chaos match. Duh. That's what fucking
Yes.
Yo was about.
Chaos
My bad.
versus United Empire plus
Again.
Swerve Strickland. I know they're really running through that.
It's the
But
same.
also like Swerve. I love Swerve.
Yeah, I like Swerve too, but it's like that's kind of weird that they were like, you know those like multi-man matches we did last week? What if we did them again but put another man in there? So now it's different. We're going to get to the point where it's like 10 versus 10 man. And it's like, okay.
In-ring orgy.
Yay!
Let's go.
Let's do the
Yeah,
20
then they
plaintiffs
did-
match again.
Yeah, Orange Cassidy will take 20 men.
That's exactly what that Blackjack Battle Royal was, and they didn't even try to hide it.
Then they did the collision matches, which I'm really pumped because Swerve Strickland is going against Hiroshi Tanahashi, and I was like,
That's gonna be so
let's
good.
go! I love that. Andrade is going against Brody King, so I guess Andrade is running through all of House of Black. And then Nyla is going against Willow for the Owen Hart,
Acción Ingobernable trio shot.
which would be.
Well, first we gotta get Roosh back, but I think Roosh is busy having a baby.
Well, fair enough. He can go with Commander and Realistico.
Okay,
call it
Roosh
Conan.
isn't having the baby.
But
He's
Roosh
fine.
has to be there for baby! You don't understand the baby!
The lady had the baby, and then the lady needs rest, and not to take care of baby.
He'll tag
I
with
don't know his wife.
Realistico and Commander and not Pero Peligroso.
And
Yes,
not
no
Pedal.
question.
He's not there.
No question.
Not Pero. He's not real.
He was invented. And then they already announced the Ricky Bullet Club. Gold Dog.
That's all I think whenever I hear the name Ricky Starks.
Ricky! I
The
someone
180 that
Oh.
I've done on Juice Robinson.
fascinating,
Really?
actually.
Needs to be studied.
He's so funny, and he says,
He's just a little
So-
rabid dog. We love him.
I think we should
I-
thank Juice Robinson for making these CMFTR matches interesting. Somebody
Yeah.
give that man a raise.
Also, I'm going to push my agenda again. I really think that they should do a couples tournament so that Tony Storm and
Yes.
Juice Robinson can team together because they have
Yes!
such like opposing energy, and I love it.
So good.
Yes, yes.
I didn't know they were dating.
They are married.
They're married.
They're
I
they're
did
married.
not know that.
Yep.
That's
They're
incredible,
Yeah.
and I need to see it.
Oh,
Juice Robinson bagged Tony Storm. Think about that.
There's hope for
teach
all
us
of
the
us.
secrets, man.
hmm The bad bitch he pulled by being a silly little guy.
Yeah.
Silly little guy.
And as of recent, they could in this couples tournament they could have Kyle Fletcher and Sky Blue,
Yes.
Mhm.
new couple for the tournament. Congratulations.
Yeah, I didn't know that she and Darius Martin had broken up, but I really
didn't even know they were
respect
together.
keeping your. They were together. They had like there was one match where like I think
Yeah, they had a
Darius
match.
fought somebody else who was like in a relationship with some other wrestler, and Sky came out and like supported him ringside because I think it might have been like Adam Cole and Britt Baker or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I respect keeping your private life private.
I respect it
totally.
very deeply because that's none of my business. Chat says
Mhm.
it was Dante and Sky,
Ah,
and they fought Sammy and Ty.
Nice.
okay, yes. I was
Couples
definitely
tournament
thinking
between
of Dante
Sammy and
Martin.
Ty.
I just said the wrong name.
That's what they get for having names that start with the same letter.
That cruel thing to do to brothers, honestly.
It's a cruel thing to do to siblings.
Yeah.
That's what my entire
Mhm.
life has been called my sister's name. And I'm like, no.
Oh, my brother and I used to have names that started with the same letter, and we don't anymore.
You fixed it. You did the damn thing.
Yeah,
Salute.
I am being the change I want to see in the world.
Yes, thank you.
August is embracing the change.
Ah, hey, I understood that reference.
Ah.
All right. Anyway, moving on.
The
They
main
The
ran
event.
actual
through-
main event.
Literally, again, Excalibur was just running through literally everything because he went through all of the Forbidden Door stuff, which was
Yes.
so much.
He has a lot of
He
things
deserves
on
a
his plate.
raise.
He
Whatever
really
they're
does.
paying Excalibur, it isn't
Not
enough.
enough.
And then we had Eddie Kingston. My man.
Eddie Kingston.
Oh my gosh.
Love that man. I love him
And
so much. He's such
he's
a hater.
perfect. He's wonderful. He is now having live divorce proceedings with John Moxley.
He's
And
like,
then
I hate Claudio so much that it's making me divorce my husband, and also I hate him so much fuck it, Ishii, come out here.
Yeah, he
he
hates Claudio so much
He
that
did it
he
in the
just
most. He's just like, fuck it, here's Tomohiro Ishii.
Fuck it.
yeah he hates Claudio so much that he's divorcing his husband about it and also teaming up with his husband's like worst enemies about it.
Which is so tea, so good.
I love Eddie
He's-
so much.
Eddie wakes up early so that he has more hours in the day to spend hating.
He really fucking does. Yeah, because then there was a lot. Brian came out, and I think Yuta and Claudio. I forget the exact order.
I
People
think
are getting
Yuta and
beat up.
Claudio came first, and then
Yeah.
Brian came out.
And then Brian was like, "Oh, Okada's not showing up. He's not gonna show up." And
Yeah.
then guess who showed up?
And
Okada,
then
'cause
ding
it's
ding
Okada.
ding.
And then the coin drops, and he comes out, and then Okada's
everyone's like-
"Ah ha ha." And then Okada tries to hit Danielson with the Rainmaker, but then Danielson is like, "Scurry, scurry." And then he sees who has been left in the ring, but conveniently a young man who
A
is
boy
lying
of
there. And
below the age of 30. My
and he
favorite.
went, "How nice!" And he Rainmakered him, and it was great.
He rainmakered him so hard. Like, you'd have flipped in a circle, and I was like, damn, he's been waiting to hit this bitch for a while.
Yeah.
Lord,
I
he
love
was
the
wearing
picture of
Chuck
Yuta
Taylors.
just like laying on the mat in like in the Peter Griffin death.
Also, if I'm not
Add it to the
mistaken,
collection.
Brian accidentally hit Yuto with a running knee. And then
Yes,
he fell
'cause
over the
that's what
first time,
happened.
and then Brian scurries away. And then Okada's like, alright, word, you left me a present.
Alright, word, I'll hit
and
your
he
boy.
picks him up and rainmakers him as hard as he can. For the legacy of chaos, traitor. And then he
Yuta had
dies
a
on the
rough night.
floor, and I'm
Had
like,
to.
this is amazing. To which it got even better when Evil Uno tweeted, Yuta is really good at taking other people's finishers.
I think that was John, but like yes.
Oh no, you're right, it was John Silver, my bad.
But, like,
Either
either
way,
way,
hilarious. He is so
Mhm.
good at
He
being the
is.
young boy.
It was my
Employee
voice.
of the month right here.
True.
Truly employee of the month.
He will do
I did-
anything to get his dads to love him, but none of them will give him the time of day. It's so sad when you think about it.
Again, Mox is literally like, here's Takeshita, and I'm gonna talk about how great he is. And Shota's gonna come out, and I'm gonna talk about how great he is.
It reminds me
Yeah,
And
of
Wheeler Yuta is here too.
what it's like this one of my favorite memes. It's I don't know who I said it to last time, but it's like if you've ever seen X-Men, Magneto's like, look at my beautiful children. This is Lorna, and we have Wanda and Pierogi. It's the same thing with BCC, where like John or Brian is like, look at this, look at Shota, isn't he amazing? Perfect. This is Takeshita, tall, dark, and sexy. And Weezer is here too. We also have a guy
Little
named Weezer.
shithead Wheeler Yuta.
And Walrus is here. Hey, bud.
I love it. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited to see Okada. I love Okada.
I love Okada. He's been so bitchy, and I love it so much.
He's just so hateful, and it's so great.
Like he has
Yeah,
been
the reason why Okada couldn't find or the reason why Brian couldn't find Okada at first is because Okada was trying to find Nick's gear.
And he's like, Nick's not here! No!
It's marvelous. I saw someone say that like Forbidden Door is just a huge event all made up by Okada so he can get Nick's gear again.
Yeah,
It's a
agree.
big conspiracy. Every year he's like, I have to steal Nick Jackson's clothes at least once. How do I do that? Throw a pay-per-view.
Throw a PPV, like bribe Tony to make it happen.
Do you think they'll ever have a Forbidden Door in Japan?
I don't know.
That'd be
They
cool.
fucking should.
I think it'd be really cool. I think it'd be booked very differently, which I think would be cool to see the
Yeah.
differences.
Yeah.
Yeah, more New Japan people. Yeah, why the fuck
all I
is
want.
Forbidden Door in Canada?
Canada, we.
Bret Hart.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know, Chief.
My answer? Question mark.
Because
So
it
true.
would be funny. I don't know.
But
I
I'm
just-
either way. I'm hyped. I wish there were more New Japan people on. I counted, and right now, there are going to be 34 people so far. I think if I got my numbers right, and there's only 12 of them are from New Japan, which makes me kind of sad.
Yeah, they
I was
they
hoping
do
it'd
have
be more 50-50.
they have a tendency to like just have like a few New Japan people, like obviously the ones that people would probably be most excited to see, unless your name is Naito, I guess. He's too busy. He's like, oh, I'm not doing all that.
My man Naito.
They're just like, we got like the main four. We don't need any others. And then they all proceed to lose if it's going to be anything like last year's Forbidden Door, where like no Japan talent wins except for Will Ospreay, who's a British guy.
Man. Yeah.
Okay,
And it's the
if
same
you-
numbers as last year, to be honest.
If you had to choose somebody on the Forbidden Door card to get Yano'd, who would it be?
That's such a good question.
MJF. I mean, it's automatically MJF.
That's a good answer. I like that.
Literally, when I was trying to think of who I'd want to see MJF against, I was like, the only person, to be honest, is Yano, because it'd be iconic.
Be so
Because
funny.
Yano would win.
Well, of course, it's Yano.
I think Punk getting Yano would be funny.
Oh yeah.
Or
No.
John Moxley again.
John
Yeah,
again! Give that
yeah.
man PTSD.
I just feel like the energy of MJF having to deal like with Yano, because he'd be like, "Why the fuck am I fighting this man? This is not why I am MJF. I am the world champion, and you put me with Yano." And then Yano's like, "Ah ha ha," and then he wins. And
You wanna hear a
MJF is like
joke?
so livid. It would just be so funny.
I just realized Punk isn't on it again, and not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. No, he has a match with Kojima.
Yeah.
Because it
It's
was going to be
Kojima for
Kenta,
the
and then
tournament.
Kenta said no. They didn't pay him enough, and he's
Kenta
like,
said,
I'm
"Fuck
not
you."
going. And honestly, iconic. Get your
I
bag,
love
Kenta.
Kenta.
You don't need him.
I love Kenta so much, and I am kind of sad that he's not going to be on Forbidden Door. Though personally, I'm like, I don't really care who. I don't really care about Punk. So, but I'm like, it would have been iconic no matter what because I love Kenta. He is so
Kenta's great.
bastard. He is so bastard.
No, I really want them to do Punk versus Kenta for who gets to keep the go to sleep, and also have Kenta win.
Let's go,
Yes, I want Kenta
my
to hit him
man.
so hard that he's just
I
like,
just
I don't
want-
think. I think I need to get back into making movies.
I also feel I wanted Kenta there because Shibata's here, and they have been dodging each other for like
Yes!
2 years or more. I forget how long it's been, but they've been dodging each other. And I need them to interact again.
That would be so good. Surprise, it's actually a
Another-
5-man for the international title. Kenta is also here. Because I feel like that would be great, because I feel like Kenta is the perfect kind of person to hate Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
But either way, I'm hyped for everything. I think it's gonna be really fun. Also, with Rampage spoilers.
Oh yeah.
Haha, very normal. So, I'm pumped.
Also, the first episode of Collision happened last week. Would anyone like to have any comments on Collision? Just in general.
Andrade.
Dude, yeah. I love Andrade. I'm so happy he's back. Also,
So happy he's back.
Also, the greatest champion of our time, the man of the people, Christian Cage
Christian
is TNT
Cage!
champion. Let's go!
He's probably gonna fuck around and find out with Luchasaurus.
I'm
and I'm very excited. to
so
see that
excited.
happen.
It's
I cannot wait for Luchasaurus to turn on him.
I love betrayal. So
always good. I can't even remember what else happened on Collision. I don't.
There was Sky and Willow teamed together and won.
That's right. That was really
that
good.
was the main event.
let's hear it for Sky.
It's true, it was.
Soraya wasn't there.
Yes.
So true. She hasn't been here for 3 weeks.
Like,
Praise,
and
so
honestly,
peaceful.
if
praise
it's,
whoever.
please let it stay this way. Like it'll be a nice reprieve while it lasts. We know it won't last forever, so just enjoy it while you can, everybody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like Wardlow. I'm trying to continue to like Wardlow, but they're making it so difficult.
Yeah,
Like-
it was rough.
It's like they're
Um,
trying to sabotage Michael, and it's very sad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We Wheeler and I were watching like old Dynamites, and he had a match, and I was just like, oh my god. How could
happened?
you have gone from like someone so like likable and interesting to just like nothing? It's crazy.
It's the hair,
It's
man.
the hair.
Yeah, like. Oh, mm-hmm. Yeah, the hair is where his like magic was stored.
It's fully that story from the Bible. It's Samson,
Yes, he is the man from the Bible.
the Bible.
But you know,
Very
I'm happy for him that he gets to settle down a little bit and have a more demure life as a car salesman. I think that he deserves that very much. Sometimes life on the road is just too intense. And you need to settle down a little bit. And show me the Carfax. Good for him. That's gonna make no sense to anyone who didn't watch last week's episode.
Yeah, no, like I really like Wardlow. I really like
Bless
his.
you.
I really like his tits. Um,
That's the important
I
part.
okay when he was like having the whole feud with MJF and like they were going through their messy breakup. Um, like that was really good and really compelling, and like he was like one of like when he had the match against MJF and just like power bombed him to hell, that was like really satisfying. Um, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go, Michael, Mr. Michael Wardlow. Um, and then they just threw it away.
Drop
Like
the ball.
he had the TNT. Okay, I thought he had the TNT title 2 times. He has had it 3 times. I just forgot about one of them because he's never done anything with the title. Like,
Well, yeah, because he had it the first time for like an actual amount of time. Then the second time he had it for 3 days. So
yeah, like
kind of hard
I
to remember
really
that.
wish, I really wish during his first title run he had just like had a good title run, and then he could have like lost it to Powerhouse Snobs, and then it could have like actually been like a decent story.
And then it just stays
I'm
on
upset.
Hobbs for a while.
I
But
was really
no.
happy
Yeah,
to see
like
Hobbs win a title. I was so happy for him, and that still makes me really upset that he like just lost it the way that he did.
yeah, like I really like Wardlow. I also really like Hobbs. I wish they had both gotten to have like good title reigns with good stories.
I know. Now Hobbs
It
is just stuck with QT Marshall.
uh,
They just
yeah, like
sadness.
yeah, like the TNT title is just so disappointing.
Which is
It's
crazy,
so
because,
booked so
like,
poorly.
back in my day, it used to actually not be terrible. It was actually kind of cool. Now it's just. I believe in the All Atlantic title. If nobody got me, the All Atlantic title got me.
Literally, Chris and Orange are doing just great, and it makes me really
They
happy.
are. It's wonderful.
Best friend sweep. Let's get Chuck
Best
and Trent
friend
the
sweep.
tag titles next. We'll make Danhausen the world champion.
Yes.
Put all the titles on best friends.
It's here for best friends.
I feel like they would do that and then have it like that for a week, and then they all lose in one sweep. They would do that.
Yeah.
They would absolutely
because it would
do
be
that.
so fun. Because it would be funny.
No.
It would be funny.
That's true. It would be absolutely hilarious. Like, they finally get their moment in the sun, and Tony's like, all right, it's been 15 minutes. Pull him out. Get him out of there.
The FTR elimination team comes in.
Oh, pain.
Pain
And suffering.
There is no shout out to all you best friends fans out there, myself included. We are stronger than the Marines. There is no one out there doing it like you. You hold on every single day, and you should be proud. That is commitment that no other person who is a fan of someone has, except maybe who else has this absolute like feeling of hatred where it's like I'm being spited and slighted at
Anyone
every
who
turn.
likes any women.
Any woman ever, that's true.
Technically, -1 is still the OG TNT champion, undefeated best champion. -1.
I
So true.
love -1. Let's go.
-1. Technically,
just-
Kip Sabian still has the BTE belt, and Adam Cole has the AEW Games belt. So let's hear it for them.
Let's hear it for them. Undefeated.
The 2 main titles in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're just passing around the TNT title until -1 turns 18, and he'll take his rightful place on the throne and bring some respect back to the belt.
Honestly, I would love that. Like, he brings back the original belt too, and is like, "See, this was y'all were doing child's play. Now it's the big boys' turn." For the real belt, that also happens to look uglier.
He was talking. He was on AEW Games a few weeks ago, And he was
Nice.
talking about like him hanging out with like the Lucha Bros kids, and I just was like, so precious.
That's
If
so
they all grow up to be
cute.
wrestlers, that would make me really happy.
I love the idea of the children of like the wrestlers hanging out backstage and just like being silly. That's very cute.
Hmm.
Because like I think -1 was also on BTE, like hanging out with the Bucks kids, and I'm
Oh
just like,
yeah.
it's good, slightly good. The world is slightly better.
Hmm.
Let's just make wrestling wholesome again. Let's not have any of
Yes.
this like crazy worked shoot silliness. Let's just start like kissing babies. We got to bring Cody Rhodes back so he can solve everything.
Yeah.
So that he can finish the story.
He's gonna finish the story.
He's totally gonna finish the story, to guys. It's gonna happen.
He is. He's gonna beat MJF, and that's gonna finish the story.
Hmm.
Now, have you seen the meme of it's like The Sopranos? It's like 90% of Cody Rhodes quit before they finish the story for real this time.
I have not. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Well, I can
Well.
sense we are winding down. Does anyone have any
Hmm.
closing comments for our wonderful episode of Recap?
Remember, we are just Five Guys fans first.
Just Five
people
Guys.
second.
Yeah,
I
let's
love
go.
their burgers.
Let's go. Five Guys. Just Five Guys.
Good, just Five Guys.
All five
Best-
of us right
best
here.
faction. The best Five
Yeah.
Guys of all time.
The only Five Guys of all time. There's been no other guys.
There has been no other establishment in history based on being Five Guys.
It's true. There's no other place.
Not a single one.
No
Can't-
era,
couldn't name
not
one.
where. Couldn't name one.
But thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this, why? You could be watching Chugs right now. What the f are you doing?
Is he
Is he
on?
streaming?
No,
Can
Chugs
we
isn't
raid him
streaming.
this time?
I don't know. You. I
Looks like
thought
he's
you
not.
meant- Damn.
No. Damn.
They're probably busy.
We need
this week
to
because they're
we
all
need
in
to
Canada.
coordinate our next stream with Chugs.
I need. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
gonna stream next time.
Let me
Chugs
just
is
call him
streaming.
up.
Excuse me, Mr. Chugs.
He has a Discord for his channel.
I'm
for
gonna
his
pop into his
Discord.
Discord. Imagine.
And just see the schedule. Be like, all right, Chugs, when you on?
Is a different wrestler streaming? Maybe Kip Sabian.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Again, with the pay-per-view this weekend, they might be all busy.
That's true. But you never know.
So I know
It's
Evil
worth
Uno
a
is
check.
doing
Zicky
his-
Dice is
he's doing-
streaming. Shout out to
I don't know.
Zicky Dice.
We're gonna raid him.
That guy that I know. I obviously know Zicky Dice personally.
Hmm.
Let's see if this works. I think I've done this like once before, but I was not good at it.
I lost my official branded Zicky Dice lighter that I got at that indie show.
Nice.
And I'm really hoping that I'll find it while we move.
This is me realizing I have no idea how to use fucking Twitch. This sucks. Guys, how do you use Twitch?
I don't know.
Let me.
I
look
can't
up
help you.
Twitch.com. Twitch.
I think I have to go
How
into my
raid
stream manager. Let's see this.
a channel.
Let's.
How
Yeah,
to
there it
use
is.
raids.
There's the button.
How do raids work?
Okay, we gotta do our outro first.
We do have to do the
Oh,
outro.
yeah.
So everybody, get ready for it. If you know it at home, do it with me, y'all. We must bid you all adieu.
I do.
And this is goodbye.
Bye.
And
Mwah.
good night.
Night.
Bang.
Bang.
Hey.
Alright, let's click this raid channel. Let's see how this works.
I love seeing us
Um,
all do it very differently at different speeds.
Zicky Dice. Here we go. Start raid. Alright. I don't know how this works. Is it working? Ready to raid in 6 seconds. It's happening. I think we're doing it, guys.
Oh my god.
4 viewers ready to raid. Raid now. Alright. I'm gonna bring you over to him, and you're all gonna have a great time. I think. I don't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think I've ever sat through a Zicky Dice stream before. I've just seen him wrestle.
Oh,
Okay,
I immediately
fuckers.
have to get up and go to work. I'm going to stick around long enough for the raid, and then I have to get ready for work.
Perfect. All right,
Icky.
I'll have y'all go over, and you have a good night, afternoon, whatever. Okay,
Bye.
love you. Bye.